Hello. I love my food and it shows on my waistline. The other day, my mother and I had a conversation about crumpets and pikelets. What we drew from our conversation was it really depends slightly on where you are in the country. So we did some comparisons. Both of us are fans of Warburtons, so a likely choice for crumpets. Let's have a visual, then a taste test. How does that sound, Mum?
Sounds fine with me.
Oh, good then. So, Mum, I've got some fun facts for you about crumpets.
Mm.
Did you know that the earliest crumpet-like food can be traced back to the Anglo-Saxon times?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Back then, they made griddle cakes, which were small breads baked on a flat iron plate over the fire.
Mm.
And do you know where the word crumpet came from?
No.
Wow, I have a fun fact for you, Mum.
Oh.
It likely comes from the Middle English word crump, meaning crooked or bent, maybe describing the bubbly, uneven surface.
Oh.
Right. So the modern crumpet is soft, spongy, and full of holes. And did you know another fun fact, Mum?
No.
That in the Victorian era, the 17th century, when baking powder became more available, and before chemical leavering and early crumpets, so the crumpets back in the Victorian times were much flatter and denser.
Oh.
Very similar to a Derbyshire pikelet.
Oh, wow. We have got a lot of facts.
Oh, I have a few more.
Mm.
And did you know that in Derbyshire, some people even call a crumpet a pikelet?
Mm.
I think it really depends on individuality as well,
Yeah.
and regional differences. So I think we should have a taste test again, and I'll give you some more fun facts about pikelets.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, okay, Mum.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. You got that golden touch. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Just like honey from the bee. Hey now, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Give me your golden
crumpets, so golden good.
Thank you for cooking those, Mum.
Okay.
So let's go for a taste test, shall we?
All right. Mm. Lovely. They're thick, soft,
Delicious?
delicious.
Oh,
Oh.
definitely. So we know that they're thick and soft, and it's got plenty of holes in. I think our whole video will be us eating 12-pack of crumpets, Mum. Thank you to Mr. Warburton's.
We've always had Warburtons.
Yeah.
They're one of the best.
Other brands do exist.
If you can't get Warburtons, Morrison's the best are quite good. The best.
Do you think there's any taste difference between Morrison's and Warburton's?
No, it's a long time since. I haven't had these since before you did. I just very rarely have them. It was your dad who used to have these and bagels.
What was Dad's favourite? Warburton's or...
Warburtons.
So, Mr. Warburton, you have 2 fans here. And we love your adverts. Bring back Sylvester Stallone advertising Warburton's bread.
Good morning, Warburtons. Mr. Warburton, there's a Mr. Stallone on the phone.
What? The Mr. Stallone? Hello?
Is this the Jonathan Warburton?
Yes?
The guy that bakes and delivers fresh bread to thousands of stores every day?
Yes, but...
No buts, Johnny. You're giving me a great idea for a movie. Now, picture this. It's 3:30 a.m. Black Rut. Bolton. I play a tough, uncompromising Warburton's delivery driver, commanding a crack squad of bakers hell bent on being the best. It's make or break time. As the last of your freshly baked loaves are getting packed to the stack, I'm locking and loading. By 4 a.m., it's showtime. Nothing's gonna stop us from delivering toasty loaves, wholemeal, and snappy one-liners. Time to earn my crust. When it comes to delivering fresh bread on time, the oven gloves are off. Sylvester Stallone in The Deliverer. Earth. Talk to me, Johnny.
Tell me the bit about the bread again.
Warburton's delivered fresh from oven to store every day.
We've got 2 different ones for comparison. Okay, Mum.
Okay.
We have the ones which Mum's just about to open.
Village Bakery.
Village Bakery, and it's a Welsh brand. Okay then, Mum.
Okay.
Do you want to know some fun facts about Pikelets, Mum? So, did you know that the Pikelets are even older idea than a crumpet? And the word Pikelet is thought to come from the Welsh word bara, Pikelet. So, I apologise to any Welsh person who is watching and I've got that wrong. Do apologise. So in Welsh terms, a pikelet means pitchy or sticky bread. And another fun fact for you: in the Midlands and Northern England, Pikelets evolved as a very regional variation, basically a crumpet without the metal ring, making them thinner and freer in shape. Because families cooked over open fires with simple griddles, no rings, pikelets were easier and quicker for the home cooking than the fussier, thick crumpets.
I still prefer crumpets.
Well, do you know, in social history, when we talk about crumpets, did you know that in the 18th and 19th century, street sellers often walked around selling fresh crumpets?
Yes, I knew that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And pikelets from a basket. Especially in industrial towns like Birmingham and Manchester. They were cheap. It's a cheap food. And a filling, well, bit of butter, really. Maybe it was different back in those times, but it could have been dripping as well.
Yeah.
So it's a working class kind of comfort food, Mum, I would say.
Yeah, yes.
And I would say later on in the 19th century, these crumpets were considered maybe the polite food. So they may have had, instead of having cake in the afternoon with the tea, may have had a crumpet.
Yes. Even the Queen.
The Queen, yeah.
Victoria.
Oh,
yes,
why not?
Going back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think we would ask, but if the Queen liked crumpets, please tell us. So, there's another in rhyming slang in London. Did you know that women were often called a bit of crumpet?
Yes.
You don't hear that much nowadays. You don't.
In the 70s,
Yes.
or perhaps 60s, yes, in some of these older films for them times, yeah.
I think
Carry On films, there was always
a
saying
bit of
about
crumpet.
yeah.
Sid James saying it, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in the film Get Carter with Michael Caine, he liked a bit of crumpet. Or no, it was the Italian Job. I'm sure when he came out of prison, he wanted a bit of crumpet.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely
not so good.
It's
not the same taste. Very not. You know, it's very. I think it's a bit tasteless.
It's very rustic, I would say.
Thinner and flatter.
Definitely thinner and flatter.
No.
The same amount of holes as a crumpet, but thinner and flatter. And Mr. Warburton's definitely beats these hands down. Sorry, anybody in Wales, but it's all right. Still eat it though. Waste not, one not, Mum.
You're right there.
Don't have a pop-up.
Wow. That took bit burnt at the edges, but
Yeah,
the taste
adds
of
to the flavour.
I've not tasted these in years.
Well, Derbyshire Pikelets.
No. Well, any pilots.
And I always considered Pikelets and Crumpets the same.
No.
We can definitely see the differences here.
Right. Let's see. I hope it's got more taste than the...
The Welsh ones.
Yes.
The proof's in the pudding, Mum. Sorry, Mum.
A bit burnt at the edges.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not so sure, Mum.
I can't taste. It's not very taste. The flavour. It's got no flavour to it.
Again, we know that Derbyshire Pikelets are much thinner than its counterpart of the Crumpet, and it's okay. I wouldn't go out and buy them, but everybody's taste is different.
Yes.
So let's have a another taste test, shall we?
No.
No. Sorry, Derbyshire. Sorry, Wales. I'm sure you would agree that a crumpet is much more tastier.
I agree.
Uh,
But the Welsh one, it didn't have much flavour or taste, but I think it's a lot better than this.
Wouldn't it be great if everyone knew how good Regal Pikelets really tasted? They'd serve them in restaurants,
Your dinner, madam. Your Pikelets.
roadside stalls, movie theatres, and gift shops.
Oh, Cliff, you shouldn't have.
Try a Regal Pikelet today. They're now at your supermarket, but see how long that lasts.
So then, Mum, thank you for the taste testing with me and the visuals.
Yes.
I've written a poem. Would you like to hear it?
I would.
All about crumpets and pikelets.
Okay.
Okay. So it's called the Jolly Griddle Song.
All right.
Okay. Flip me a crumpet. Flip me a cake. Slap on the butter and give it a shake. Holier than thou, golden wobbly with cheer, breakfast and tea time, and maybe some beer. Pikelets, a rebel, flat as a hat, slides off the griddle and lands with a splat. No fancy ring and no proper puff, but toasted and buttered, it's brilliant stuff. Raise up your forks, let the jam pots fly. A crumpet, a pikelet, a twinkle in the eye. Griddle them hot and gobble them fast. Good old English baking at last.
Mm.
Oh, I'm not exactly Pam Ayres, but it
Oh,
rhymes.
that's great. Great.
So thank you for watching us, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So we'll see you again next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
You've got the golden smile. The things you do have the golden touch, 'cause you know they like so very much. Golden crumpets.
Golden crumpets toast crisp on top to be extra light inside. Now butter them and put on your favorite topping, sweet or savory.
Now you've got golden smiles all round, because you found they like the best. Golden crumpets.
Golden crumpets, golden good.